First things first. All right, so it's the Warriors coming out of the West. They will meet either Miami or Boston. Celtics took control in Game 5 to take a 3-2 series lead. Boston can close it out tonight at home. One win away from the first finals trip in 12 years. Draymond Green thinks he knows how it'll play out. Take a listen.
Still undetermined who you're going to play in the next round. Who would you like to play?
I mean,
be honest.
I think both teams are tough. Boston causes problems, especially offensively.
Draymond.
Their defense is incredible.
How long we been boys, Draymond? I want the honest answer, Draymond.
You're asking me who I want to play. I'm gonna tell you who I think we're gonna play. We're gonna play Boston.
Okay,
that's who we're gonna play.
Thank you. That's the Draymond I know.
All right, Broussard, Draymond said it. How confident are you that Boston's going to close it out tonight?
Jenna, I'm as confident as Jay-Z in front of a microphone, as Steph Curry at the free throw line, as Nick Wright used to be in his Versace robes until this humbling this week took place. All right, that's how confident I am. If I was any more confident, it'd be illegal. I'd be arrested. All right, this thing is over, just like I said a few weeks ago. Even when it was 2-1 Miami, I never wavered. Boston, 3 straight wins. All right, so they're taking care of this thing in 6 games. They're the better team. They're the more talented team. They're the healthier team. They have all the momentum, and they are at home. All right, and they don't want Golden State to have all this rest while they have to play in a Game 7 on Sunday. All right, so they're going to take care of business. I think Jason Tatum, their superstar, has been, we all know his pattern has been this series up and down, literally. Down Game 1, up Game 2, down, up, down. He was up in the second half of Game 5, but his statistics wasn't great in the first half. I think he takes off from where he started in the second half last game and has an awesome game, maybe his best of the series. And furthermore, Nick, I think Miami is worn down. Obviously, they're banged up, but they're also mentally and physically worn down. And that's what Boston's defense does to you over the course of a series. If you are an other, meaning a role player, or if you're a star who's injured, by the end of the series, man, or late in the series, you are done. So, Mac, we saw it in Milwaukee where the others started struggling late in the series, missing shots, missing open threes. Max Strus hadn't hit a shot in 3 games. Kyle Lowry struggling. So this is going to be Boston, Nick, closing it out tonight. And I think you know that as well.
Well, listen, if their health is anything like it was in Game 5, then they're drawing dead. If Tyler Hero doesn't play and Jimmy Butler is a shell of himself and Kyle Lowry is, recreating his best pre-Kawhi Leonard playoff moments while in Miami, which were not great playoff moments. I know everyone has put Kyle Lowry in the Hall of Fame. That Basketball Reference playoff page is a kind of grisly one. I get it. However, Brew mentioned 2 groups of players for the Miami Heat. Injured stars and role players. There's one guy that is supposed to be a star and is healthy. And if the Heat have any chance tonight, he needs to show up. That guy is Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo is someone that I think I once on one of my NBA pyramids had in the top 25, like around 25, 26, and Heat fans told me I had him too low. Bam Adebayo stared down, remember when he's the Giannis stopper? Bam Adebayo is a guy that is looked at times as one of the best young pieces in the league. Bam Adebayo cannot have his lunch eaten by an injured Robert Williams, by an annoying Grant Williams, and by an ancient Al Horford. If the Heat are going to have any chance, Bam Adebayo, it can't just be he's a switchable, excellent defender. It's got to be not shocking if he scores 25-plus points. And so I know Wildes yesterday we were joking about, is Joel Embiid trying to get to Miami? And I don't think Daryl would ever trade Joel. But the idea for Miami was supposed to be, we don't need a center. We have Bam Adebayo. He's an all-NBA caliber center, literally an all-NBA caliber center. Well, if they're going to have any chance with Jimmy banged up and Kyle banged up and Hero banged up, Bam needs to win that matchup resoundingly. And he's had one good game this series, and it was the game Time Lord was out. And so maybe I've overrated Bam, but if I have, then a lot of people have. He's supposed to be one of the best young players in the league.
I don't think you have overrated Bam, and we see when Robert Williams is not there, he played great. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's back to the old Bam. I think just everyone is underrating Robert Williams. I think he's obviously shown here that he is a great defender, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do against the Warriors. Broussard, I know you said you're so confident. If you were more confident, you would be arrested. So I don't want that to be on the board. So I'm just going to take it down. I'm less confident than you. And here's why. Wow. Jimmy is obviously hurt.
Surprise.
This knee is bothering him. He was shooting those air balls last game. He's got no lift on his jumper. He's not getting to the free throw line. If we can show how many times he was getting to the free throw line in the first 2 games versus these last 3 games. But here's the thing. If this is a leave it all out on the floor type of game, I think that's what Jimmy's going to do. And the weirdest thing about this graphic, it's like, oh, he's just not being aggressive. He is taking a lot of shots, Broussard. He's 4 for 18 in game 5, and before that he was 3 for 14. So, he is taking shots. They're just not going down. So if he still has this type of shot volume and he's kind of playing free and I just don't care anymore, I'm going to leave it all out on the floor, I'm not as confident as you. I'd still be worried about the superstar Jimmy.
But here's the thing. I think Jimmy's always leaving it all out on the floor. I think he was trying in the last 2 games. He just doesn't have it. You mentioned the legs. Obviously, it's a knee injury, and I think that's what's hurting him on his jump shot. He's not getting any lift, and I don't see that changing in a day, 2 days that he's had to.
Well, Jenna, yesterday was a really tough day for me. And it was a tough day. It started off terribly. Because, and this will maybe shock my colleagues here, but this is a 100% true statement of fact. I knew yesterday was going to go poorly when around 5:30 p.m. I found out from firsthand sources that Kevin Wildes doesn't consider me a friend. Got a call from someone that said, hey, I asked Wildes if he's made any new friends in the last 3 years, and his answer was no. And I'm like, well, that's intriguing because I met Wildes in the last 3 years. Oh, without context. Well, it's true. So I was like, oh, that's not great for me. A buddy of mine, I thought a buddy of mine doesn't even think of me as a friend. Just someone he has to work with.